What up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody? Hang on. My boom arm has decided to go limp on me. It is not staying up at all. Can you guys see this on screen? Like, I'm clearly picking it up. Watch what happens. It needs boom arm Viagra. But what's going on, everybody? How are we today? Happy Friday. I hope your weeks have been good. I know mine has. It's been long, but I got a bunch of stuff in to show you guys, and then we're going to build a Bacca. I think I lubed enough switches for that. I probably didn't, but we'll see what happens. First, oh my goodness, so much crap. My room's an absolute mess right now. So I got in my marshmallows and Confettus from 3D Keebs. I don't know why 3D Key sent them this way, but she put like 10 marshmallows in each little bag, and then she put in like 70 in this bag. I don't know why they were done this way. Maybe she ran out of emotes. It's probably exactly what happened. I just realized my chat's an emote only still, because I do that for DOSing reasons. I don't want to get fucked by some douchebag who put some stupid stuff in my chat. I know I'm not a big deal, but like it could happen. Anywho, yeah. So we got some marshmallows and then Confettus. I've tried marshmallows before. I love marshmallows. They're in my Think V2 build, the first one I did. My music has stopped playing. I noticed that. I don't know why my music stopped playing. That's weird. Yeah, their marshmallows are my Think V2 build, the first one I did. Love them. And the Confettus are more or less the same thing with a longer pulled stem, I think is the only major difference there. So these will be cool. I don't know what I'm going to put them in yet. I don't know. If I had more Think plates and PCBs, I would do another build with the Confettus and do like a comparison with like the same plate materials. I unfortunately do not have those things, so cannot do that. And I also got this in today, which is going to be great for the board. Because I think for keycaps, we're going to go with GMK Terra. I think. But not 100% certain on that right now. Dude, he super taped this. But this will be good for if we decide to go with Terra. This will be helpful for that. Okay, I just dead-ass ripped this. I went through all the work of cutting it to make it look easier, and then I just hulked it. Into the trash bin. So these are Terra novelties. I was actually looking for these for quite a while. I did not get them in any of the extra sale for Terra. So I was really happy to get these more or less for what extra pricing was. Why is my... I don't know. Guys, does this look super dark? Does this look very dark to you? Please tell me. To me, it looks dark, but that could just be my screen. Anywho, I've been looking for these Terra novelties for a while now. And I was lucky enough to find someone selling these for about the same price as what the extras went for. So I was really happy to get these. They're a little fucked up, as you can see. Nothing's sitting right. But they are still sealed in the original GMK seal. So, you know, they haven't been used. They're just like, I don't know, maybe the sealing wasn't done very well on this, so they moved around. But, whatever. I like it. It's going to look good with the set. And then we got another package in. This one's actually from Novel Keys. The other one just had Novel Keys tape on it. I would say my Discord didn't notify anybody, but it did. I take that back. It just was super delayed. sure I don't end up dossing myself like immediately. Let's see. Look. Look at that. And I dropped it. This is GMK Hammerhead from Key Labs. Ooh. I'm excited. I'm gonna open this. Trying to keep my room semi-clean today. Probably won't happen, but I'm gonna try. Alright, let's open this up. See what it's like. I got the dark base kit. I only got the base kit, which I regret. I regret not picking up novelties and the extras. Koa, what up, bro? How you doing? Let's take a looky at the new baby, the new set. I'm actually really excited for this. I've seen some people already post their photos of the set, and it looks fucking sexy. No what? Urso, I know it's GMK, it's not PBT. I saw that. So I will be going to get at least the novelties. I thought the novelties came out so much better than I thought. This is upside down. Moment revealed was completely wrong. Ta-da! Damn! Yo, this looks fire. Fuck, dude. The dark looks so good. Oh my god. My camera's making these look like black, but these are not black. This is just like a really dark blue. Wow. Yo, I'm in love with this. I low-key kind of want to put this on the set today. Like on the board today, low-key. But I've been dreaming about the Bacca polycarb with Terra on it for so long. But this would look fucking sexy. Goddamn. What up, Chaser? What's going on, man? Just opened up Hammerhead. Ooh, I don't know what I'm going to put this on yet. It might go on the polycarb today. It might. It'd look really good on the polycarb. Chaser. God damn you. 1 second. You're keeping me fit, Chaser. Thank you for that. I haven't had a chance to go to the gym all this week. I've been so busy with work. So, cool life update for me. I got a promotion this week. And the subsequent raise with said promotion. So, but with promotion, I've been way busier now than ever, doing more work and getting more shit done and trying to be more on top of everything. Because it's like, well, you know, now you gave me a promotion, so I have to be more with my shit. Unfortunately. Alright, Chaser. Alright. I had to move the whole fucking dumbbell over here. And it's 40 pounds. But for this, we're doing 20-pound curls. Thanks, Koa. Wait, did I say something on IG about it? Did I? I don't remember. I probably did. Alright. 2, 3. I gotta do a better screen for this. Oh. Yo, I'm looking like the brawny man over here. Hi, Andy. What's up? Ugh. Okay. I'm hot it's hot in my room today. I don't know why I'm wearing a flannel. I turned my space heater on earlier. We were talking about the back. Oh, that's right. That is right, Koa. Yes, that is right. That's right. That's right. Whew. Koa, I'm losing my mind, man. Like, I'm going back into the office again. I'm doing so much more shit. Like, so starting next week, we're doing a different type of presentation to our clients. And I was building out all of my dashboards for that over the last 2 or 3 days. And it's been a pain in the ass because we have multiple different data streams going into the same dashboard. And one of them, the most important of them all, the revenue one, was not working whatsoever. And that was causing me so much stress. But today, it worked fine. So there's that at least, right? Huh. Okay. Got my first Rubbery Hope dub. Andy, did you win the Ocelot collab? Because if you did, I'm fucking jealous, bro. I want that. Raising 3 Kins is my EG, but I hear you. Yeah, that, Koa, that makes sense. Thank you. That's why I was like, wait, what? Yes. I remember that. Andy, you lucky duck. I want that one so bad. It is fire. I did not win it. I've only ever won Rubbery Hose once. And that was my, what's my putts it? Be the juice. Wow, how did I fuck up on that? My mode 60. I didn't order one, Chaser. I was a little skeptical about it at first, personally. Not that mode does bad work, because they really do not do bad work. I was just worried that with so many different mounting styles, something somewhere would go wrong. I was worried about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. But from what I understand, people who've gotten their production boards are having no problems. Like Disastertron built 2 already, and everything was fine. I had forgotten until I got an email with tracking. I was like, what the fuck? Bro, I forgot about so much shit, and then I get tracking. I got tracking from Mexico today, and I was like, what the fuck could this possibly be? And it was like desk mats I ordered a while back that I totally forgot I ordered. Okay. Now for the star of the show. The piece de resistance. The beauty, the baby. I took a photo of it today. And I love it. Oh my goodness, look at her. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Look at that shiny brass plate. We love brass around here. I know so many people are anti-brass or do not like brass. I strongly disagree, but I get why other people don't like it. But I am team brass in this house. And look at this. Look at this just beautiful butt. Look at that butt. Baby got back, yo. Shit. Kiss it. Mwah. Oh my goodness, yes. It's pretty. It is. Andy is so pretty. What I want to do, Dutch gave me this idea, so we're going to try it. I want to try and see if the weight from the squid will fit in the polycarb Bacca. They're the same dimensions, so they should work, but polycarbonate tolerances versus aluminum tolerances maybe not work, but we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see if it fits. I wish I had a scale, because if it does work, I'd love to see what the weight difference is between the two. Probably not gigantic, but it would be cool to see anyway. But yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. I think I have enough switches for this. I think I finished a bunch today, but I don't know. Let me do a count, and don't judge me on my counting. I probably will count with my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60 on the dot. I don't know if I have enough. Let's find out. We're going to put the baby back for a little bit until I figure this out. I think I have enough switches. Knowing me, I would have just started lubing switches, lost count of how many switches I was lubing, and did not lube enough switches. That is a classic me moment. That is classic Connor, classic Mauler. I make that mistake all the time. If I had a nickel for every time I made the mistake, I'd have a fuck ton of nickels. Now, my switch counting is pro level. God tier, some may say. The trick is do it in 5s. So you get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, we don't have enough. I know it. 35. Yep. 40. 45. 51. All right, so I have to lube up really fast 10 switches. All right, bear with me here, folks. It shouldn't take long because the springs are done already, so it should take all of 5 seconds, all of like 10-15 minutes. I got you, Koa. I got you, brah. What? How many did you do? 5. Report me? Who you gonna report me to? Who you gonna report me to? The police? The Switch police? That's why I gave him the push-ups? That's fair. No, Koa, that's fair. It'll take a couple of minutes. I just need 10. And then we can chat. Okay? There we go. 10 switches. It should take just a few minutes. As long as I don't get distracted. Do 12. Okay. Okay, there you go. It should not take long. I won't even bring out the loop station. How about that? I won't even bring it out. I'll just use my parts trays for this. I'm playing you, it's all love. It's alright. It's okay, I deserve to be played. I should have done this before. Health is wealth. Facts, bro. It's the only piece of wealth that matters. Okay. Switch gods do be hating me. This is true though. They do be mad at me right now for my blasphemous ways. It's alright. And then once we finish up the switches, though, we go straight into lubing the stabs. It's a beautiful thing. I actually realized I did not take out my fan, and I left my PCB on my shelf. I just realized that right now. I'm so used to having my PCB somewhere with the board that I totally forgot I bought the PCB separate, like after the group buy, and it's been sitting on my shelf. I'm getting ready to paint a TKL. Ooh, that's cool. I need to do some custom stuff. I saw a couple of people in the Mechs on Deck Discord, or not a couple of people, one person. He dyed his polycarbonate Bacca orange. It looked really good, and a lot of other people were saying they were going to do it to theirs as well. And I was like, fuck, I should do that. I should do that. I was thinking about maybe doing like a green, like a dark green with that black weight. That would look sexy. Archetype is being, dude, they have. It's crazy. They've gone Black Friday like mad. I actually have it in front of me. Oh, they fucked up the first come first serve sale though. They have a way a 1-of-1 disco. Dude, I saw that. The Zed with like the Stardust looking stuff on it. It's sick. You know what's crazy about Archetype? They make some beautiful, amazing caps. Like they're one of the higher tier cap makers in my personal opinion. But their caps on aftermarket never move. It's ridiculous. Like I'll put something up on aftermarket and it won't go. But it's stupid because it should. I'm really excited. I bought I think I bought both of the desk mats. Look at this. Stop. Stop. Chewy. Chewy, I fucked up. I didn't lube enough switches. I miscounted. By like 10. Because I'm a dumb fucking asshole. Nah, I just had a crazy week this week. I got more work put on my table earlier this week. And I've been going back into my office too, which is fucking up all of my scheduling and timing. You haven't been trying to love a Zed for a minute on the Discord, haven't you? Art? A black one? No, I was trying to move the Polybius one for a little while. Nobody wanted it. Which is crazy because the Polybius one's fucking sick. I just don't have GMK Polybius coming. I entered the set thinking I was going to buy it. Or excuse me, I entered the raffle thinking I was going to buy the Polybius set. And then I didn't wind up buying the Polybius set. And I low-key regret not buying GMK Polybius. But at the same time, don't. It's weird. I know it's going to get here. Like, people are going to start receiving it. And I'm going to be like, oh, fuck, I should have got that. I know it. I know that's what's going to go through my head. And be all regretful. It's cool, Koa. Don't even worry. I just got lube all over my hands. Because these switches are pre-lubed. And I just got... It's fine. My hands are going to get lubey anyway, because that's just... Every time I lube stabs, my hands get covered in fucking lube. Every time. And I'm like, I am so careful when it comes to lubing. And yet, bam. I've mastered the technique of fast lubing. I should have put up a timer. How fast it would take me to do 12 switches in... I don't know. Just how fast it would do me 12 switches. Thankfully, like, I don't need to lube the springs because I already pre-lubed these with oil when I put them in the first time. So, bam! My pro moves. Bruh. It's crazy. I was about to dead ass. I swear to God, I got lube on my hand. I was this close to licking it off my fucking hand, and I don't know why. I have big hands. I'm good with switches, but stabs, my fingers are covered every time. Straight to off. Dude, seriously, I bought this. So I bought the little jeweler's claw for the stab wire. I did this the last time I built the board, but I stole it from Gerald Juby. I'll show you exactly what I do. Gerald Juby, or as I like to call him, Flex, TGR Flex Master. Dude, his stream yesterday was fucking nuts. Of course, he started streaming like pretty late for me time wise, but I caught a couple of some stuff. Bruh. There you go. Boom. I just do this. And then I lube one side, and then I put that one side in the housing, and then I hold the wire with my hand. It's a little bit easier that way. But I had to bend the claw a little bit for it to work right. Straight out of the box, the claw was a pain in the ass. I need to buy a new boom arm now. I'm a little pissed off. I wasn't expecting to spend that money. Like, I was looking at upgrading my boom arm, but it was like something I didn't need to do. Unfortunately, now it's something I need to do. This thing just is like limp. Like a fucking congressman. Just like... Anybody? Anybody? Congressman jokes? Politics jokes? No? They don't. Okay. I'll shut up now. I'll go sit in my corner and think about my life choices making stupid jokes like that. I'm sorry. I'm dead ass. I'm thinking to just use latex gloves every time I build now. Or at least every time I lube switches. Or anything involving lube in any way, shape, form, capacity. Just like put some latex gloves on and keep my hands clean. I am seriously debating it. Did anyone get in on the Key Cult raffle today? Or the Mode Extras sale? No, that happened. I know the Alex is streaming the new Mode 80 tonight. The V2 of the Mode 80. That's exciting. I've been thinking about maybe picking one up. Maybe. But haven't decided. I also kind of want to save my money for the next frog drop. I entered for the Key Cult because like, you know, off chance that I actually win it, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I'm saving it. I'm definitely going to put money away for the next frog drop. Them frogs do be looking pretty nice. Has anybody else picked up an ocelot? I know the group buy on that ends. Is it tomorrow? Like, I know it was a really short group buy. I think it was only a week long. I was working all day and wasn't around, so I was forced to be good. I was also working all day, but I was home today. And I was not good. I still got a fuck ton of work done, but at the same time, I was like, ooh, Key Cult raffle. Yeah, but anybody else picking up an ocelot? Tejas streamed a build for that today. I unfortunately did not watch it. I was a little busy. But I saw he got the dark green, which is the same one that I bought, and I am excited. I lube switches when I'm working at the... Do you really, Chaser? Sometimes, like, if I've had a long week and I've done a fuck ton of work in that week time, you know, I will break and like lube switches, maybe like log on to a video game for a minute or two. 1 second. Needed to get my Q-tip. So like, yeah, depending on the week, I'll do something like that. I try not to make it an everyday habit, especially since I've been working from home. Done this on tweezers. Oh no. Just because I know if I make it a habit and I start taking time out of my workday to do keyboard stuff or like play a video game or something, I'm going to take too much time out of the day and not get any work done. I know myself better than that. And now the pressure's on because I got promoted. I gotta be all smart and shit. I'm a senior. I'm a senior analyst now. Got the green. Dude, it looks so good, right, Andy? Yeah, that'll keep you away from not doing the stuff you're supposed to do, Koa. Like, absolutely. Sure shit would keep me out of doing stuff I'm not supposed to do. Low key, also want to pick up a polycarbonate ocelot because I would love to see what that looks like. But I don't need two. I don't need one. I'm replacing these two macros. I want to simplify my setup to just one macro. which I could do with just one of these, but I'm not going to do that, so. I don't know, I'd rather have the Ocelot. I think the Ocelot's really pretty. That, and like, with the Ocelot, I can use Archer Ocelot jokes. Or references, because then I'll, like, you know, it works that way. So you guys, I've also started picking up stuff to change up my setup a bit. The boom arm was something that was on my list that I was going to do last, but now I'm going to do that first. I bought a new riser shelf thing. I just bought that today, actually. It was on sale from the shop on Etsy I liked. So that will be coming in the next week or two. I might just start buying everything else in the next couple of days and use the time I have off after Thanksgiving to just rearrange my entire setup and clean up my room. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel. I might be doing family stuff too. Yeah, the polycarbonate is what I would go for, but 3 kids and exes coming. I'm trying. Dude, I honestly, Koa, I get it. I already bought one of my girlfriend's gifts, and the other 2. One of them I already know what I'm getting her, because she for Christmas, her and I do stuff like we ask for things that we truly need rather than want, because like her and I are fortunate enough to kind of always like buy what we want a lot, especially me being in the keyboard hobby. If I want something in this hobby, I fucking buy it, and that's the problem. So like when it comes to Christmas, there's nothing I actually want. It's more stuff like I need. Like sometimes I'll ask for like a new coat, new sweater, new pants, whatever, you know what I mean? Like the small shit that I just don't want to buy on my own, I'll ask for Christmas from my parents or from my girlfriend or whatever. Same thing with her. Like she asked me for a 3-in-1 desk charger so she could charge her phone, her Apple Watch, and her headphones. And Apple sells one of those for like $120. So I'm gonna buy her one, and I like it so much I'm probably gonna buy myself one. She needed new glasses. I already got, like, I went with her to Warby Parker to buy the glasses because I needed her prescription information, so I figured it'd just be easier. And then she could pick out whatever she wanted. And then the third gift is a surprise that I don't even know what it is yet. I had to figure that out. She's not a big jewelry person. You know, like, she has her very particular taste, which I totally understand and I respect. But I like, in the 3 years her and I have been together, I've never gotten her anything like really big like that. So I'm thinking of doing that this year, but I don't know what it is yet. Sure shit ain't being an engagement ring. I finally got the adapter and mounted my center monitor and got my speaker stamp. Ooh, nice. Need a new overhead boom arm for my camera, and then I'm finally done with my setup facelift. Nice, dude. So for the most part, my setup's not changing a gigantic amount. Like I bought the riser piece here. So I think I'm gonna still use this, but I don't think I'll be using it as much on stream. I haven't decided yet. I might just put this on top of whatever's there. But the new one is longer. So the new one is 46 inches. My plan is to put my speakers on top of that and free up some of the empty space underneath my desk at least. And then I'm planning on switching out my monitor mount. I haven't decided what I'm going to get yet for that, because there's some nice options out there for cheaper prices. And then there's like really expensive options that I kind of want to get to. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Jake, what is up, dude? How are you? Happy Friday. How's your week? I've been watching your TikToks, all the cool stuff you're doing. That's like all the parts and pieces you've been ordering. I can't wait to see all of this stuff come to fruition. I haven't been on the TikTok, the clock app, that much recently. I don't know why. I just haven't felt like making anything for that. Pro move, get a gift, but something she won't totally like, but you do, so you get it. This is untested, but in my mind, I think it... See, Jake, here's the thing. You're right. You're right. But I'd get called out on that. My girlfriend, she's pretty sharp when it comes to stuff like that. She'd call me out on that shit, and then she'd smack the fucking shit out of me. and I'd be in the doghouse. Jake, I'm doing fine and dandy, sir. Actually, better than fine and dandy. I've had a great week. I got a promotion from work. Subsequent raise. So, you know, maybe more keyboard stuff coming in, or other techie things, maybe. Most likely saving up to buy a house, but we'll see. Yeah, I said I was just going to change a few things, but cut to later, complete makeover. Nah, I don't need a complete makeover. I haven't, like, I'm happy with my monitor setup. I have 2 monitors. I don't really need more than 2. Like, there are days where, like, fuck me. There are days where a 3 monitor setup sounds insanely appealing and something I'd like to do. But then I, like, smack myself back into reality and, like, you don't need a 3rd monitor. What are you going to use it for? Right? Some of these are having some serious ping, but I don't know why. If it's leaf ping, it'll go away when it's soldered. But yeah, like, there are days I'm like, I could get a 3rd monitor, and then I just give myself a reality smack. I'm like, you don't need one, you stupid ass. You don't need to spend $500, $600, $700, $800 on a monitor that you will not use. Like, I was thinking about it, like, could I use this for work? Realistically, yes. Yes, I could. But am I working just fine with 2 monitors? Yes. Yes, I am. Like, I need to give myself the reality checks. Maybe one day. But then the other option, right? The other option is just switching to one giant ultra wide that would basically be like 2 monitors, but with only 1 monitor. That's the second option, and that one sounds a little bit more appealing, but again, that would require me to spend more money than I need to spend. Like, I don't need the ultra wide. Just because I want it doesn't mean I need it. These are the things I have to keep telling myself, you guys. Like, otherwise, I would be flat ass broke right now with a very expensive looking setup. But I will be switching out my monitor arm. My current one, I don't really like that much. It's taking up too much space. I want to simplify it and get like one of those pull arms with the extensions going out. It takes up a little less space, a little cleaner, and I'd be able to get it up a little, my monitors up a little higher. But haven't decided which brand I'm buying yet, because there's cheap ones that I like, and then there's like an Ergotron. That would be sick. See, I have 3, but the center and right are the PC. My left monitor is my PlayStation. My PlayStation is just mounted under. Oh, that's smart. I like that idea. You know, I honestly, Koa, when I move out, because I still live with my parents, when I get my own place, and I know when I get my own place, I'll have to cut down, like, my stuff, sort of. So, like, right now, I have my desk, and then I have my TV right here that has, I can show you on this camera, that has, like, my Xbox, my PlayStation, my Switch, all that jazz right there. I know when I move out, wrong view, that I'm probably going to have to get everything into this one space. So I like that idea for when that day comes. Like, pick up the 3rd monitor, and then the 3rd monitor is basically just for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, etc. I like that idea. I have 2 right now, but I kind of want to get this. Ooh. What is it? A temperature monitor LCD screen for cars? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cute. That's actually really cool. You could just put, like, your performance on there. Like CPU temps, GPU, etc. I like that idea. So in pics, when everything is on, it looks like I'm running. See, that's smart. I like your thinking here, sir. Yeah, no, that'd be kind of cool. My thing is too. So like I was saying, like, the work computer would be cool. My work computer sucks, and here's why. It cannot connect to 2 monitors at the same time from the same port. So what I mean when I say this, So it has a USB 3 Thunderbolt port for monitor that has monitor output. It's what I use for one of my monitor connections to my work PC. Now, the adapter that I use has 2 HDMI outputs, but my computer cannot display fucking hell full resolution from that one USB-C port. Does that make sense? So like I could have 2 monitors plugged in via the HDMIs on the adapter, the USB-C/Thunderbolt 3 adapter plugged into the computer, but I will not get full resolution to both monitors. I will only get it to one. The second one will not display fully. So right now what I have the adapter plugged in that's for one of my monitors and my keyboard, and then I have an HDMI plugged directly into my computer. It's stupid, but it works. So if I did like a 3 monitor setups, could not do it. I think it would be cool for Spotify, or maybe. I agree. No, that'd be cool. Like a little media thing. Right now I just use my iPad for that. But I agree. Something like that has so many different use cases. Should be a few minutes for these switches. What, bro? Oh, fuck. It's been over 45 minutes. I'm going as fast as I can, Chaser. I swear. Admittedly, we started lubing switches, I think, 15 minutes ago. I'm not 100% positive, but I think it was just 15 minutes ago. I think. I could be totally wrong. I probably am completely wrong, but I don't think it was that long ago that we started, and I'm almost done. All right, you're the one who was like, you should do 2 or 3 more. That's what you said, Chaser. I'm just messing. I'm procrastinating just a little bit, talking about stuff. This happens every time I lube switches on stream, though. I get distracted, and instead of lubing them, I talk. This happens all the fucking time. It's my... That's true. You did, Koa. Yo, we can blame Chaser, too, for the curls. We can blame him, too. Savannah, I can do whatever I want. It's my stream. Everyone, this is my girlfriend, Savannah. She's in chat. Was telling me not to get distracted by distracting me. And then Chaser puts in another bicep. Chaser, bro. You're like, oh, it's gonna be... Fucking mother. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping me felt, though, Chaser. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? And I do... Unlike other people out there, I do 5 on each arm. Other people will be like, oh, okay, I just did the 5 on one arm. Bruh, that's how you get your arms mismatched, okay? Gotta finish the set. Slow down on those curls, bruv. Don't tell me how to work out my body. It's my body. I do what I want with it. Okay? If I want to shoot up some crack. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. Don't do crack, guys. Crack is whack. 5 minutes and I'm off. Finally, thank God it's Friday. Dude, I'm happy for you, Chaser. Oh, that's right. You're West Coast time. So you're almost... It's almost 5 o'clock for you? Happy for you, bro. Yeah, I got done with work a little late today. I finished around 6 instead of 5. Usually on Fridays, I like to end promptly at 5. That did not happen today. It's 5 of 8 here, bud. Oh, oh, okay. I didn't realize Arizona was MST. Koa, I know what time it is here, bro. Yeah, I didn't realize Arizona was MST. Huh. Savannah, shut up. Kidding. An 8-hour day. Babe, I love you. You cannot complain that much because there are days where you work 3 hours and still make more money in a day than I do. So, all right, sometimes you have to work some rough days. I get it. And I know those suck. But some days you're over before lunch. Just saying. I just stayed around 30 minutes late for a meeting. Ew. I hate when people schedule meetings at the end of the day. You're fucking monsters for that. Like, my agency sometimes will have to do, like, not sometimes. Like, we do a once a month all agency meeting. And they always schedule it at, like, 4 o'clock, 4:30. And I'm like, bro, I have, like, literally very few things left to do in the day. And you just extended my day by another half hour, 40 minutes by having this call at 4 o'clock. Like, why you do this? AZ time is true time. We don't adjust to daylight savings. Oh, you don't? Fuck. Yo, am I about to move to Arizona so I don't have to fucking do that anymore? Maybe. Maybe I'm about to move to Arizona, yo. Tomorrow's another 18. Ooh, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, babe. Go make that money. Go make that cheddar. Bring it home to daddy, alright? I want my sugar mama, alright? I don't want to be working no more, so you just keep making that money, okay? You just keep making that money. I had another meeting during lunch, but it was quick. Damn, Jake. Damn, Jake. Wait, Jake. How? Aren't you in high school? Aren't you a youngin'? Or am I getting you confused with some of the other youngins? I thought you were young. You are young. Okay. So what meetings are you doing? Like, do you have a part-time job, internship? Or is this for, like some of the keyword stuff that you do? You guys don't know. Jake does some very awesome renders, and he makes PCBs. And he designs boards as well. If you didn't know that. He does those things. And they're fucking cool. He legit has some of the nicest renders I've ever seen. I am young too. Young homie, I know you young. It's in your name. It's in your title. Dude is hustling. Dude is hustling, Andy. You right. Chaser, you're not young. I'm kidding, Chaser. You're probably young. Chaser, I'm young too, at heart, but I'm also really fucking old. I am dead ass one of the oldest people at my firm, especially in my position. I think in my position, I am the oldest person. But everyone thinks I'm like 23. I'm 33, married with 2 kids, so no, I'm not. It's for Science Olympiad. Oh, Keep Club coming soon. Jake making moves, dude. I'm an OG. I honestly, I think I'm an elder millennial at this point. Because, like, the term millennial covers a huge fucking age gap. 33, you still a baby. You still young. I'm almost 30. It's okay. No one calls you rookie or kiddo on your job. That is true. No one does that. No one does that. Because they know I'm old. I don't think my partners or my firm thinks I'm like old. Like I think all of the other analysts and even some of the managers know I'm a little bit older, but like my partners think I'm like a child, I think. Tenza, you were not too late, bro. I miscounted how many switches I had done. So we're just finishing those up now, and then we're gonna build. It's gonna be a long stream today. That's fine. I have whiskey and bourbon and scotch. I have everything. Portuguese just age well? That's true, Koa. If I were more Italian, I'd age like fine wine. The teacher at my school that controls all the clubs said if I can get a teacher sponsor. Ooh, that's sick! That is really cool, dude. I hope that works out for you. Portuguese? So it's funny, Koa, that you say that. So I'm Italian, and I'm Irish, and I am also German. And I'm Sicilian as well. Now, if you guys don't know what a Sicilian is, they are the off the coast of Italy, off its fucking big toe, is an island called Sicily. And that is where Sicilians are from. Technically, they are Italians by, like, government standards, but they're not fucking Italians, okay? It's very clear. Don Corleone from the Godfather movies, all right, and the whole Corleone family, they were Sicilians. They were not Italians. Vito Corleone took his name from the town in which he lived, Corleone, Sicily. That wasn't his real last name. Little history lesson for you guys. Little Italian lesson, you know? Some people think I am Irish. I've never seen your face, Jake. I couldn't tell you. We ain't Italian. Urso, we ain't. Urso, are you Sicilian? Food goods. This is true. Food is goods. I think it's the red hair. Oh, yeah, Jake. Yeah. We're Sicilianos. Look, man, just don't call a Sicilian an Italian, and you'll walk away with your fingers. It's fine. But, like, you know why in the Godfather films they picked they insisted they were from Sicily? It's because Sicilians were the first ever actual mob. And when I say mob, I don't mean like gangsters. I mean like mob, like a mad, crazy mob. And then eventually organized crime. How is my day going? I'm doing great, Henza. It's been a great Friday. Got a ton of work done today. Work went well. It was easy. Life was easy. Although, so my client sent me an email yesterday, like last night. I sent them over like a write-up and some data. Like basic write-up, just like, hey, this is what's happening. We're seeing a little bit more of a dip in our return than we originally anticipated. We think we should start pulling back a little bit. And he was like, so, do you know why our costs per click went up so high? It looks like it went up almost 30%. Do you know why that is? And I was like, that was literally the point of the test, you stupid motherfucker. Like, in my head, I facepalmed myself in my office so hard I almost broke my damn nose. Like, that was literally the whole fucking point of the test, was to see how far we could push our fucking CPC, our spending, our bids, everything. So, like, the point was to see how far we could push it and see what we could get out of the push. That was the whole fucking point. And this guy was like, well, why is this such a big increase? And, like, he's fairly new. He's been with us for a little bit over a month or so, but he was around during the initial setup of this test. And he still asked that question, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like, just, oh my God, you dumb. You dumb, sir. You are a dumb. I'm just kidding, he's not. What switches will I use? I'm using the Anubis switches. So he's fired. No. It was my client, and you know what I mean? Like, we're running so many things and we're doing so many tests. I understand that it's hard to keep track of everything. And he's like, he is so spread thin. I actually respect him a lot because he's so spread thin and he's able to still manage everything really well and be on top of everything. So I do respect him for that. He was literally just somebody that they were like, hey, you work in marketing. Can you do this? And that is how it started. Their entire team, like the entire team that I have known for the past year and a half, quit within the last 6 months. Which is not an easy thing to do. So he took over after an entire team quit. That's not easy. But at the same time, I was still like, what? Yes, hence it. We are using the Anubis switches in the Bacca. I'm just finishing them up now. I got 2 left. I'm going to lube the stabilizers for them right after this. And then I'm going to go wash my hands. Granted, I also have some bro moments in my old Discord logs. Dude, Jake, I mean, I have plenty of bro moments. I really do. Like, in my personal matters, and in work matters too, but I don't know. Like, that's a bro moment to end all bro moments. That was just like, even my coworker was like, what? We were both in the office. She looked at me. She goes, what did he just say? Excuse me. I did enter Henzit. I entered the Key Cult raffle. I think my first pick, my number 1 pick, was Burgundy and Brass. And then I went with Black and Brass, Navy Brass, and then I think Navy Sandblasted Stainless was my last option. I think that sounds right. And then I also picked, for the plate, I picked aluminum to match the board. And then I entered for an extra polycarbonate plate. There were no extra PCB options. That was a little surprising for me. I would have done, I would have picked up an extra plate, or a PCB. I just make sure. I heard a work ping. I just want to make sure there wasn't anything pressing. I went 3 black polished stainless steel and 1 navy. Jesus Christ. Nah, I played the field a little bit, Henzit. Like, I would have entered for all just Burgundy, but I wanted to play the field a little bit and increase my chances of getting one. I also went win keyless for all of them, which is the only way you should get a TKL, by the way, win keyless. I kind of want to make a mini key cult, but I feel like it would be plagiarism. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with... I wouldn't try to do a design similar to key cults. That could just end badly, Jake. I'm with you, man. But, like, it would be cool. Maybe you could, like, talk to them about collabing with a mini or a 40% key cult. Because that's not something they've done before. I don't know if it's something they have planned to do. But I think that would be a cool collab thing if you could do that. MCU is still pretty scarce. What are you talking about, MCU? Oh, you mean like for PCBs? Yeah. No, I get that. We're still in a shortage. It's the silicone, right? Or the silica? I feel WinKey is more popular than WinKey. WinKey is more popular than WinKey, so I went with... That's fair. No, fair. WinKeyless is more popular. I think a lot of people like WinKeyless for its symmetry. I know that is why I like WinKeyless. Plus, then you get to post on WinKeyless Wednesday. But I think if I ever got a non-WinKeyless TKL, the only layout that I could use is the 7U wire with the 1U WinKey spot. That is legitimately the only thing I could use at that point in life. Because, like, it needs to be symmetrical for me now. That's kind of another reason why I've steered away from 65s lately. Like, I still love a good 65%, but most 65% don't have symmetrical bottom, and I hate that. I want symmetrical bottoms on my boards now. But most 65% don't have that. I would only make it for myself and reach out. Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. I love 7U. I have it on my HHKB, and it is, dude, 7U is the way. But that's what I'm saying. Like, with a 65%, I can't have that. Dude, your Kenny Keys is gonna sell Savage 65 with raids, stabs, and night. What? Dude, that's a hell of a deal. That is a hell of a deal. And the obliterated line of keyboards from Cannon Keys is fantastic. Really great quality. I love my Rect 1800, which you guys can see back there in the all white. Love that board. The one and only thing I don't like about that board is the feet. The feet of that board are trash. Mine fell off like fucking 7 or 8 times in the last 2 days. I actually wound up just replacing the feet today with some spares I had lying around. Did you hear? If you want symmetry, orthos, that's true, Jake. No, you're right. You're right. Only problem is C stock. Well, they have to not destroy their bottom line somehow, because that is a freaking deal right there. Like, that whole thing is a deal. But if they were doing A stock boards, they'd be losing their shirts. You know? Okay. Okay, switches are done. Let's move on to stabs. Where's my lube? Crap. But honestly, even C stock is probably really good for Savage. Like, honestly. I'm definitely gonna get it. What? Yeah. I would, if I were you. If I didn't already have other boards, I would totally do that. My problem is I have too many boards. Too many boards. Okay, where'd my stabilizers go? Alright, I need 7U wire. Lovely. Need these. I need 1, 2. Oh, here. 3. Alright, so I need 1, 2, 3. I wish stabs were packed by layout and not by just, here's a normal packet of stabilizers. Like, I wish that, like, this was just designed for, like, HHKB, split backspace, wing keyless, whatever, boards. You know what I mean? Made an HHKB ortho? Ooh, I wonder what that's like. There are some others floating around, but it's not as super common. Yeah, it doesn't sound common. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it would be really cool if companies packaged up their stabs like that. like, okay, do you need stabs for 65%? Here's the 65% option. Do you need stabs for a 60%? Here's 60% option. Because if you did a regular 60%, like you didn't do any splits, you would still need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stabs. Like a 60 or 65%. I guess 60 or 65% would be the same amount of stabilizers. Yeah, okay. All right. Same thing with like 75%. The only like exceptions would be like special layouts like this, or not special layouts, just like if you split anything or if you use HHKB and then like a full size or like an 1800. I'm getting lube all up in my hair and I just took a shower. It's fine. It's fine. I like being covered in lube, I guess. Nobody heard that. Okay, this is oily as shit. Ah! I got packs of 4 2s and a 7U stab on Amazon and it's perfect for me. Yeah. I really want to try stabies. Speaking of stabilizers, I've heard really good things from people who have gotten them. They really seem to like them. I would love to try them out. Problem is, everybody and their mother wants them, so they're really hard to get. But I personally would love to try some. But that's alright. Durocs are still readily available. And they are the king stabilizer, in my opinion. They're the king because of their availability, their reliability, their consistency. And the V2 is a great design. My personal opinion. Pro Move, go on the internet and say they are super bad. Ooh, what's the point? See, I would do that, except if it weren't for the fact that a lot of streamers have already built with them, and they're like, oh my god, they're amazing. I'll have to get back in a little bit, but daddy duty calls. I need to get these boys in bed and tucked in for the night. If I don't make it back, everyone enjoy. All right, Koa, you have a great rest of your weekend. Get the kids to bed. I will talk to you later, probably in Discord, if you don't come back. But at the rate we're going here, we'll probably hit hour 4. And that's okay. At least on TikTok, a lot of stuff like that is very much a trend. That is true. Like, look at tangerines, for example. Fucking Carter PCs was hyping them up for a while. And then after he hyped them up, you couldn't find them anywhere. I personally no longer really like tangerines. Like, they had their moment in the sun for me. I enjoyed them. Now I don't like them. I've taken them out of the... I sold the one board I had them soldered in, and I took them out of the hotspot board I had them in. They have lost their flavor to me. A switch that I wish I'd used earlier, that I've started to use more now, the Dark Amber T1s. I really wish I gave those more time earlier. Like, I've had them for a while and I haven't put them in anything. And the other day, I took the Anubis switches out of my thermal. Oh, no, wait. I took the tangerines out of the Think V1. I was taking tangerines out. And I was like, oh, I want to put some tactiles in my Think V1 because it always sounds good with tactiles. I put the Dark Ambers in there and bruh, they sound good. They were so hyped, but no one. Yeah, exactly. Carter talked relentlessly about the tangerines, and now look at them. Nobody cares about them anymore. There are better switches. The lavenders are a much better switch. I remember the lavenders were all over TikTok too. The lavenders, everybody wanted lavenders. Everyone was talking about lavenders. They were a really pretty switch. Everybody talked about them. I love typing on these new caps. Ooh, really? I love new keycaps. Come on, you fucker. Here we are. Cotter got a creator board. I think that's cool. I agree. I think that is actually really cool that he got one of those. It's not your typical keyboard. And I never thought Carter would be very interested in something like that from Work Louder, but I think it's cool that he's got one now and he can try it out. Well, you know what's crazy though? Is like Carter's a genuinely nice kid. You know, he has some, bashing tendencies, but don't we all? But his fan base is so incredibly toxic. You say one bad thing about Carter and they're on your throat. The banana split was everywhere, but it's yes, Jake. It is the banana split is essentially an alpaca. It's essentially just a recolored alpaca. But that is a thing that a lot of people tend to forget is most switches, if they're manufactured by JWK, they are just recolors of something else. Most. Like, we're not seeing very much switch innovation these days, which is kind of sad. We're seeing some, like we're seeing the Anubis switches, I think, are innovation. We're seeing a lot of different types of springs come into the hobby, which is really cool. I think that the next boom of switch innovation is springs. I think that we've gone as far as we can as far as manufacturers go. I mean, unless a manufacturer comes in the next couple of years that completely changes everything we know about making switches, which is possible, I guess. This isn't in right at all. Which I'm sure could happen. But I think that like the next big thing when it comes to the Switch game is springs. I remember when tangerines sound like a plastic toy cars in a cardboard box. Yeah, they're not very good. And then the kiwis were a fucking travesty to mankind. I don't know what happened here, but this is completely borked. I wish they would. I remember people were playing a lot of them when Packas were in stock. Yeah, I wish they would make chalk switches with Q switch tops. Ooh, polished rails, really? That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna throw this out because I don't know if you can see this. This, I don't know what happened. It's like twisted in here. I can't get it out. It's stuck. I don't know what happened, but it's completely stuck. Thank God I have extras. I'm just gonna throw that one out. I'm still waiting on someone to design the perfect stab. Andy, that's a tall order, my friend. That is a very tall order. Because I think no matter what people do with stabs, there will be issues. Like, I think a Duroc stab is pretty close to perfect in my personal opinion. Especially the V2s. I love the hook design. Getting the wire in is a bitch on the V2s, admittedly. But once it's in, it ain't going nowhere. And they sound good. Like, if you lube them right, they sound good. That's my 2 cents, though. But I've heard really great things on the stabies. Wuku has some cool stabs coming out. I hate C3 stabs. I don't know. I gave them a shot. I wasn't a big fan. That and, fuck TKC. Polished rails, I think, are cool. The molds for them look expensive. Probably. I think what Dotnik did with the what are they, the Aurora switches? I think those are cool. Those metal plated switches. That's cool. Like, stuff like that is very interesting and intriguing. The problem with stuff like that is availability and sustainability, since they are coated with metal. They do not come cheap, as we saw, and not a lot of people are going to spend that much money for switches. I had the opportunity to try them and hear how they sounded, and I really did enjoy them. But I'm not going to spend, $80, $90 on a Switch. Unless it's life-changing. Like, everyone says black cherry pies are freaking fantastic, and I'm thinking about possibly spending the money on those, but I don't know yet. I've had enough people saying black cherry pies are great for me to make that spend. Not enough people have tried the Dotnik Singularity switches for me to spend that money. Also, heat shrink mods work well. Heat shrink mods for stabs? I haven't tried that yet personally. I have seen people do it. It looks really cool, but it also looks like a giant pain in the ass and easy to get wrong. Like, I personally don't like the Tempest modding. Or not Tempest modding. What's it called? Where you, this isn't backwards. Nope, this is fine. Nope, that's backwards. Right, what's it called that, where you put the Band-Aid in the stabilizer? What's that one called? I've seen that. I'm not a big fan of that. Docnik is doing, I agree. I think he's doing very nice work. C3 is trash. I've had the entire stem pop out. Yep, not a fan. I consider joining Artisans, since now I will have 2 after winning Dutch's giveaway, but I don't know. Henzit, I'm going to give you some advice. Artisans are great. I love being an artisan collector. I really do. You meet some fantastic, wonderful, amazing people collecting artisans. But be prepared to have some heartbreak if there's something you really want and you don't win it, and you're willing to go to the aftermarket. Just be prepared to hurt yourself for that, because it does hurt. I've slowed down quite a bit as far as artisan aftermarket hunts go, like a lot. I picked one up very recently that I am excited about, and I got it for a good price. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. That is why you should get 40%. You only need to buy 1 pack of switches. That's true. I want 108 of them? Jesus. I used heat shrink on my old keycap puller. Henzit, how did that come out? Yes, Holy Mod. Yes, Henzit. Thank you. That is what it's called. But Henzit, tell me, how did the heat shrink mod on your keycap puller work? Because Escape Lab Co., I don't know if you guys have seen, are making a keycap puller that essentially has that heat shrink mod on there. I made a video about it on TikTok. Jake saw it and he actually commented about the heat shrink. So I'm wondering how that turned out for you. Because that would be a cool project to do. I'm not going to lie. Masking tape on the PCB. I'm not a fan of that. The heat shrink mod I did wasn't too hard. Holy mod was a bigger pain. Yeah, that's my thing with Holy mod. Cool idea in theory for sure, and I'm sure it does help a lot with sound. That's on backwards. I gotta fix that. But from what I understand, it is just a royal pain in the ass to do. Which is why I don't want to do it. I wouldn't even be interested in doing that. Because to be honest, you guys have heard my boards. My boards sound good. I like how my stabs sound. I don't need to go through that extra frustration for them to sound only a little bit better. You know? I saw your vid on it. It looks cool. I agree. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I just formed my metal. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So that's something to think about. That's something to think about. If you're not, I know if you're not careful doing any kind of thing with the heat shrink, you can melt whatever you're using it on. The trick, from what I understand, and this is from what I understand, is to keep like the blue flame at the very top of the lighter. That's what you have to use. If you use like if you use the tip of the flame, the very top of it, you can cause burning, melting stuff. Thanks for the compliment. Just read your message. Oh, no problem, Darth. Crap. Yeah, I think that my stabs have gotten to the point where I don't need to try anything crazy anymore. Like I'm so happy with how my stabs turn out after I've modded them. And that's all that really matters, end of the day, you guys. Like, it's cool to try the different things out for sure. But if you found a method that works, that you like, I don't think you really have to start doing all this crazy stuff, personally. That's my 2 cents. I have lube everywhere on my hands again. My heat shrink tube. Oh, god damn it. Sometimes my computer puts up a notification and goes right over my chat. My heat shrink tube wasn't too large and I used my heat gun. Yeah, see, heat guns work. I used a Bunsen burner from the school to do it. Yeah, Henzit, that's your problem right there, dude. You need a lighter. A Zippo would work great, actually. Because you don't have to hold your hand to it. Ugh, newbie. Yeah, Henzit, don't do that. Bunsen burners burn quite hot. I mean, it's been a while since I've been to school, but if I had to guess, they burn pretty hot. I could see my... I'm just thinking back to like my sophomore year of chemistry, lighting a Bunsen burner. If I did what you did, Henzit, I'm just picturing what my teacher would have done. She would have not been happy. My parents wouldn't let me get one. Well, then don't... What? Yeah, your parents are not going to let you buy a Bunsen burner, bro. Or do you mean a Zippo lighter? I can kind of understand not your parents not wanting you to have a Zippo. But in my personal humble opinion, 2 things every person needs, like on a day-to-day basis, 2 things that can come in handy every day, are a lighter and a knife. Get nitrile gloves. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Is this... Fuck, I put these all on backwards. God damn it. I have some downstairs. I wish I just started using them. There's one guy. I don't follow him that much. I don't follow him that much anymore. I come by him every once in a while. I think it's called Hype Keyboards. He streams with gloves. He wears like purple gloves every stream. He even types with them on. I don't know why, but you know. I used a hairdryer and a soldering iron. See, that'll work. Yeah, Zippo. I bought a Supreme one in middle school and they threw it away. Ooh. Use a hairdryer for heat drink. Yeah, any kind of heat gun will work, really. I mean, I just think that... No, this isn't the right one. Lighters also work pretty well. I'd like to try that, actually. I think what I'm going to do is buy a second keycap puller. Because if I fuck it up with the heat shrink mod, I won't care if it's a second one. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that could be a fun stream. Like trying to make the Escape Lab one. The Escape Lab one is very, very cool looking. Like aesthetically pleasing. They know what they're doing. They know their target audience loves aesthetics. So the fact that they made the handle look like a triangle, you know what I mean? Like they know what they're doing. They know. This one person I know uses a paper clip. What? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Does it work? Probably. Is it sacrilege? Absolutely. I forgot to switch these around. Absolutely not. Not in my Christian Minecraft server will that be tolerated. They swear by it, but it's jank. It is a bit jank. Nah, dude, that is incompletely jank. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That poor... I need to... Like, I feel like I need to save their soul real quick, okay? In nomine Padre, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. El Diablo, get out! Get out! Like, that's a demon move. That's demon move. I could never do that. Like, absolutely could never do that. I love my keycaps and my artisans far too much to use a paperclip. They used Alps boards, but they're a bit too far gone. Yeah, they probably are. Alps are another demon. Oh no, this one is actually on right. Nikes. Can you tell it's been like a little while since I built a board? I don't know where everything is. Can you tell? Can you tell? I'm handling it so gracefully. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to try and get an Alps board, but getting caps. Yeah, dude, that's the problem with Alps. It's getting the caps. Finding Alps switches isn't too hard. Finding Alps stabs, I think, are kind of hard. But finding keycaps for it to work, good luck. Good luck. Hell, finding Alps PCBs are easy. Bear Cables, what's up, honey? How are you? Daddy's good. Daddy's good. We're just getting some stabs done here. Moving a little bit slower than normal, but I had to lube up some extra switches because I did not have enough. What's good with you, babe? How's your week been? What's going on? Bear, have I told you how much I love this little tray, by the way? Have I told you how much I love him? Can we get like a big one like this one? Like this one right here? Can we get a big one? Because that would be sick. I'm just saying. It would be pretty tight. Good, man. I'm glad work week is over. I feel you, dude. Been a long fucking week. Next week, like, I'm only going to be working like 2.5 days next week. Right? Because of Thanksgiving. I just know those 2 days, 2.5 days, are going to be an eternity. They're going to feel like an eternity. So we have like my client meeting to give like probably the last progress report of the month. And we're using this whole new format and it's going to be a nightmare. I just know it's going to be a nightmare. I'm working 5 days, bro. Like 5 days at your normal job or 5 days including Bear Cable's work? Normal. Fuck, dude. Ice Cold. First time chat. Hi, Ice Cold. Welcome. How you doing? I found a makeshift switch holder, but it's not very big, so it can only hold the switch by the pole. Is that bad? Makeshift switch holder, only hold it by the pole. Can you shoot me a photo of that, Ice Cold? I'd like to know more about what it is and what it looks like. I don't like that. Sounds like it'll be fine, but I'd like to see it to get a better vibe for it. You know, it holds the switch by the pole. Interesting. Crap. There it is. Dude. I got 2 half days, which is kind of nice. Yeah, that's nice. Healthcare, great for job security, terrible. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that'll do it. I work in marketing. So I, like, don't run into that problem much. Just gonna wipe off some of the excess lube because it got everywhere. So one thing I don't like about BDZ, it is gross. I think it used to be like a mechanical pencil, but for like 2 millimeters. So you mean like this? Ice Cold? Like this? This thing? Yep. So this Ice Cold I use for lubing my switches. I'll show you what I mean in just 1 second. So like after the switch is taken apart, so imagine this is taken apart. I use this to hold the stem of my switch, just like this, so I can lube the stem of the switch, and I don't have to hold it in my hand. Does that make sense? So like this will work fine. It depends on what you're using it for. If you're using it, it's smaller, okay? So if you're using it to lube the stem of your switch, I think it'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. If you're trying to use it for, I don't know, like this to lube your switch, I wouldn't do it this way personally. I would just use my hands to hold the base. But if it's for the stem, for the top piece, I would say you're fine. Most likely fine. Yep, same application, but yeah, exactly. Only hold on to the pole. Yep, that's what it's for. There's no way of that. Not that I know of. There's nothing that you can use to hold on to more than one stem pole at a time. That would be really cool, though. Thanks. No problem, dude. I am always happy to help with any comments, questions, or concerns. Okay? Is what I do. I don't do this just because just so people can think I look pretty. Although if you guys think I look pretty, thanks. If my girlfriend is still watching this, she's probably like, what the fuck? She's probably just like sitting at home. What the fuck? Is he flirting with his Twitch stream? And the answer is yes. I'm on the fence about buying. Anyone have thoughts on the ETX 512? Ooh, I've never used one, Bear. I've heard good things about it personally, but I know it's something not for everybody. I think the 512, if I'm not mistaken, is very similar to the Bacca. Right? Like, I think they're both sandwich mount. The 512 is polycarbonate. The Bacca I'm building is polycarbonate. I think the 512 also comes with a brass plate. Right? I think that's right. All right, let me grab the PCB. I forgot to take it out. That's not the PCB. Found it. Forgot where I put it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pour myself another drink too while I'm at it. Oh, I thought the ANSI PCBs were blue. I was mistaken. These are black. I don't care. It's still very pretty. Woo! Candy Keys makes a clean PCB. There is no Swiss cheese here. It is just simple, easy. This is what you see is what you get. 512 is ISO gasket. Oh. Oh. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Is it from Jabril Bear Cables? Because I know Jabril. Jabril sold me my squid. He's a good kid. Give me 1 second. Today's alcoholic beverage of choice. Woodford Reserve. Bourbon. It's one of my favorites. It's like $50 a bottle. So it's a relatively decently priced bourbon. And it's delicious. It hits on every point. Like, never a bad sip of Woodford's. Never a bad sip. Just getting the rest of that water out. Okay. You guys are looking. Yeah, I've been talking to him, thinking about it since I haven't moved tower. Dude, just, I mean, if you're on the fence, worst comes to worst, you can buy it. And if you don't like it, you can just sell it. You know what I mean? Worst comes to worst. Okay. Unplug this for a hot minute. That's me. That sound. And like I said at the beginning of stream, I'm going to be taking the weight out of that to see if the brass weight will fit in the polycarb version. Should I make gasket mounted board? Yes. I don't know, Jake. Just, I think it'd be fun to do, to try. Everybody loves a gasket mount, so. All right, we're gonna do. Let me open up my VIA real fast. I don't know where VIA is. I thought I had a thingy. Okay. Make a top mount. Tray mount easy, but gasket mount sounds cool. That's true. Top mount, best mount. I agree. My eyes are burning at the side of this. Okay. Off to a solid start here. Bruh, Twitch is tripping? What's it doing? Oh, that's FN. So it probably does work. Okay. Oh, I don't actually need that key anyway. Okay. Okay. Doesn't want to make sounds anymore. That's fine. Okay. I have a top mount board, but the PCB is top mounted because there's okay. You should put taro on the Bacca. Taro. Bear, I have taro on my squid though. I want to use a different set. I'm gonna put I think Terra on here. Show design tab, show remapping, configure, blah 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 blah. Huh. My eyes. Just want to check one thing real fast. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that worked. I heard Italian being spoken for 5 minutes like someone else's stream, but it was your picture. I thought you were fucking around playing some Italian moot now. Had to reload the Twitch app? You should put BitP or DSA Hydra. I don't have those, Jake. I don't have those. Okay. BCB works, so that's good. We're off to a great start here. What do you guys want me to do first? Do you want me to put the stabs on, get this get this half assembled, and then we take out the weights and see if we can mix max the weights? Want to do that first? So like get the stab situated, and then do that. Yeah, let's do that first. Let's get the stab situated, and then we'll do the fun stuff. I think that's a great idea. Try to clean. I had some oil on those springs. Magnets. Every chance I get, Bear, I'm using this. Every fucking chance. Okay? Because I love it. The PCB does look, it does, right? Dude, did you move to the pack and the beard, the flannel? You belong here? Nah, I did not move to the Pacific Northwest. I am from the Beast Coast, the Northeast, Fairfield, New England. You ever heard of it? You know, we basically founded this country. Throwing that tea in the hab. I don't live in Boston though. Lol, I have some more made in different colors. Just haven't had time to finish them. Ooh, what color? Tell me. No, wait, don't tell me. I want to be surprised. But at the same time, tell me. Northeastern Corridor is the best. What is technically the Northeastern Corridor, Jake? I probably know it. I just can't remember it. I'm not a smart man. West Coast, best coast? No, East Coast. But West Coast may be the best coast, but East Coast is the beast coast. Okay, we are beasts. Also, Bear. I love it. I love it so much. It doesn't move. Okay, we are the beasts. How do you think I was able to thrive like I have been? You see this hulk of a man in front of you, glorious beard, flowing locks, because I live on the Beast Coast. I grew up in the hard streets of Fairfield County, Connecticut. DC, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, and then Boston. Yeah. Okay, that's not the right size. I need one bigger. Bigger. It's kind of odd where I am because it feels like the north, but the more north you go, it feels more south. I'm sorry. What? Are you in Florida? Like, what? What did you just... What? What did he say? Oh, just Maryland things. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. Maryland, yeah. Baltimore doesn't feel like it's part of the Northeast. Wait. Hold up. Is this the right spot? I hope it is. Watch me put this in the totally wrong spot. I don't think I did, but watch me do it anyway. All right, hold up. I need to get my bearings here. Okay, put that there. Just want to make sure I'm putting this space bar in the right spot. I've made some PCB with some bottom row options, but it's not fun. I get them mixed up all the time. Yeah, dude. I hate when that happens. There is a lot of people. Well, maybe not a lot of people, but I am seeing now some PCB designers, including like what that spot means, right? So like, depending if you want a 6U or a 7U, it'll tell you right here, like next to the spot. Of course, Chewy changed how the bottom row is done now. You can do split backspace on this now. That's kind of neat. I didn't know you could do that. Kind of neat. Watch me whip. Kind of neat. Nope, that's too big. That's not big enough. Oh, fuck me. I need to get a different iFixit kit. I would include... I have made some... Not fun, I get them mixed up. Yeah, I feel bad for Noah K, who made the Quaspad. Would include the little labels, but to be honest, I didn't know what each meant. Shinber! What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Shinber, I'm doing well. You know, I can't complain. We're just, I'm just popping open the Bacca right now. The OG is where it's at. All right, I'll have to take a look at that. I got the smaller kit thinking, like, it would have everything I needed. Ha ha ha. Joke's on me, it doesn't. I want a black Bacca. Like black polycarbonate or black aluminum. Because the black aluminum, that can happen. The squids out there are black. I just have a gray one. There are black squids rolling around. Either. I did see somebody in the Mechs on Deck Discord. They dyed their polycarbonate orange, which I thought was super cool. Very neat idea. Okay, did not unscrew these enough. That Halloween board vibe? Yeah. Need to reboot? Alright, you do your thing, Shinber. Do your thing. I'll be here. Okay. Let's see. Come on, up. Okay, that worked. Got a couple of them out. These screws are not magnetic. That's the problem. That's why some of them are being difficult. There are some dyed rack mount cases in the 40 server, and they're really cool. Ooh. Love how these are not coming out. Oh, whoops. All right. Got him. Okay, okay. So now you should just, there it goes. So also the QuasPad is a board that supports 3 different layouts. Oh, that's cool. I did not, Shinber. I did not. I had a really busy end of my day at work, and then I had to get ready for stream. So I haven't yet. Y'all, I don't know if you can see this. See if my camera will focus. This is how smart Chewy is. This is how smart he is and how amazing he is, because I've never seen this on any other polycarbonate board. Metal inserts in the screws, so you don't scratch and fuck up the polycarbonate on the inside of the railing. Right? Because it's so easy for polycarbonate to break because you're screwing down into just regular polycarbonate, and that shit will crack if you're not careful. But reinforcing it with like a little bit of aluminum, little bit of steel, a little bit of like just metal inserts saves it. I've seen some metal inserts, but those are a lot cooler. Yeah, it's not that common though, I've noticed, Jake. Like, I've watched plenty of people build other polycarbonate boards, and I don't see it that often. Oh, look at that. I put it in the exact perfect spot. Am I a god? I don't know. But I've seen, like I said, I've seen a lot of people build polycarbonate boards. I built a polycarbonate board myself, and I've never seen that before. At least not to that degree. Okay. Put this down gently. We do not want to scratch the beautiful polycarbonate. Okay. Just quit my job? Yeah. I just got a promotion, Shinber. How dick move would it be if I quit my job now? I thought they all did that. Nah, not all of them. Yes, you are, God Mauler. Aw, thank you. You think that's why they didn't use brass? I thought it was just because brass was expensive. Like, I thought it was because the price of brass went up so high that it would fuck up the prices too much. That's what I thought. This can go back in the case for safekeeping until we're ready. But I'm a lurk. All right, bro. Have fun playing Halo. So wait. If brass can scratch polycarbonate, should I even bother trying to switch the weights around? Should I still try it, or do you think that's not a good idea? I don't want to scratch up my case. Brass isn't that much more than aluminum. It's just harder to cut. Okay. But so Bear, I'm not smart in I'm ignorant to this. Does that mean that it would be more expensive in the overall because it's harder to cut? My Curate case has some heat set inserts, but they are a lot larger. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's just something I don't see often. Like the Think V2 that I have in polycarbonate didn't have that. And I've seen so many other polycarbonate boards built, and it's just something you don't see very often. That just makes perfect sense to include, personally. No, the worry was the weight of the brass would strip the polycarbonate. Oh, fuck no, then I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna try. I thought about it, it would be cool, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna fuck up my board. I was thinking about getting a polycarb case for my board, but it feels wrong because the PCB is cheap, but the case would not be. Oh yeah, no. Machine cost would be slightly higher. That was part of the reason. Other parts were I wanted the weight of the board to overall be lighter, as well as being... Yeah, exactly. So, have you tried putting a brass weight in the polycarbonate board? I thought about it, but like, I don't want the brass to strip the polycarbonate, if that is the case. I have not. Okay. Yeah, I don't wanna fuck up. I don't fuck up the case. As I almost dropped my screwdriver. Screwdriver doesn't feel like the right size. That's because it's a tri-tip, you moron, Connor. Oh my god. Yo, someone take me out back and freaking shoot me. I've clearly gone senile. I've clearly just lost anything and everything. Do the mounting points line up? Try it for science. It probably does, Bear. I don't think it would immediately damage it, but I think over time it would add strain to it. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going to pass on it. Bear, yes. The boards are literally the same thing. They're just different materials. But the designs are the exact same thing. Slight difference. Yeah, slight difference. I'll buy you a new one if it strips. Oh, don't tell me, Bear. The PC has alignment tabs on the side. Oh, I did notice that. I noticed it was like, not harder to take off, but I noticed it was more of a snugger fit when I just popped it open. Probably gonna wash my hands after this. My hands are kind of lubey. I'll plug the butt, put a little bit more lube in the stab wire, as I often do, and then go get cleaned up. Here, wait, hear me out. Aluminum top, polycarbonate bottom. I would do that, Bear. Wait, what? If the alignment tabs it was put in to make sure there was no bending. I literally blasted out of my mind. The paint got me for a second. So the bottom piece of the board can be on both, but the top piece wouldn't work without cutting. Yes, okay, that makes sense. So if somebody wanted to, they could put the aluminum top on the polycarbonate bottom and it would work. But they could not put a polycarbonate top on the aluminum bottom. Yes, okay, cool. That might be something we try. Without cutting off. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't feel like cutting off tabs today. It just sounds like a lot of work, and I'm good. Ugh. Okay. Quick stabilizer test. Make sure everything is Gucci, as the children say these days. Seeing as there are not many Bacca polycarbonates running around. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I like it. I'm keeping it. I'm good. Where's my keycap set that I'm using? Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Found it. That took me a second. Ugh. I have way too much shit in my room. Yeah, probably not. Probably not, Bear. You're probably right. Just like it wouldn't be a good idea for me to, like, do something stupid with the resin tray I got from you. Just wouldn't be smart. There's not many of them out there, you know? Well, do it for science. I'm not doing... No! I make you another one? Well, when you put it like that... when you put it like that... Alright, don't talk dirty to me now. Make me another one? Woo! God, Terra's so pretty. I feel like this set was just underrated when it came out. Lovely. Okay, that's good. That looks good. I would hate to build this board and then these not work. Lovely. Dude, my dog will do it. My dog will try it as a frisbee. Don't tap me. He'll be all over that shit. He'll be like, "Oh, new toy for me? New toy, Connor? Thanks for new toy. I like new toy." Because, you know, that is exactly how a dog speaks. No one can tell me otherwise. No one can tell me otherwise. Boop. Boop. I have the accenting spacebar kit. We're going to use that for this, but just for the test. Alrighty. Everything here is Gucci. So we're going to go ahead and start building. Yay! Solder time. Except I forgot to set my fan up before stream because I'm stupid. I was also just straight up in a freaking rush today. So, I'm gonna quickly go grab my soldering fan, hook it up, and we will begin. Solder fumes are nice. I mean, they're nice if you want cancer. I don't want cancer. Like, Jake, my grandfather had prostate cancer. There's a very good chance that I'm going to grow up and get prostate cancer. I'm good. I don't need another kind. Okay? And then we have heart disease on my mother's side of the family. My brothers, but like, what's also weird is we also have like long lives on both sides of the family. So my brothers and I have theorized that we are either going to live forever or die horrible young deaths. It's going to be one or the other. Okay. One second, let me grab my fan. Yoink. Got it. That was easy. Henza, if you're still watching, I still have the old fan if you want it. Okay? If you still want it, Henza, you just gotta pay for the shipping over to you. Like, you have to pay for the box, and that is it. And it's yours. I don't need the old fan. If you're still watching, Henza. Oh, yeah, definitely? Yes. Shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM on Discord. And we will get that taken care of. I have time tomorrow. Okay, this thing is so fucking folded. Yeah, you still need a fan. Yeah, dude, absolutely. It is 100% yours. Just like $5 to ship it, and it's all yours. This cable's so folded, it's a mess. Okay. Okay, I got it. I'm figuring it out. It's working. It's working. It's not like, everything is getting destroyed. How does your desk look so messy yet so organized? I am so impressed. It's a great question, Chewy. I don't know. I don't know. I give it up to this thing, because like this looks like it's a mess, but at the same time, every section has its place, or like each section is one particular thing, or like a couple different things, but like it all makes sense that they're grouped together, and it looks like it's organized. Like it looks like everything should be where it's supposed to be. I think it's maximalism or something like that, probably. Got it. I just wish this cable. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Okay. One second. I gotta plug in my soldering iron too. Got it. Woo! You should see the cable management down there. It looks like a mess, but it's not. Alright, I think I have a gift. That gift is having things look like shit, but everything's actually fine. I think that's my gift. I'm actually changing up my setups a little bit. Hopefully I'll have that done in the next week or two. I bought some of the stuff for it already. I hide my cables because they are a mess. I agree. My other thing too, Jake. My other thing too is like I have a work board. I have a work computer. I have my personal computer. Like I have all these computers. And all of them are plugged in at the same time. So like all of it has to be somewhat neat and tidy and put together so it's not a complete and total clusterfuck. If I ever need to grab anything, I know where it all is. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, I know where everything in my desk is. Even though it looks like a mess, I know where everything is. I'm very much like that in life, too. Like, my dad used to come in my room and, like, randomly clean my room up and move everything. And I'm like, why did you move that? I need to find this. And he goes, well, where'd you put it? I was like, I put it here, but you cleaned my room without asking me first. So now I can't find shit. Because, well, your room was a mess. I'm like, well, I knew where everything was. Kind of thing. Okay. Breastplate. I also have the forged carbon plate coming in. And I will most likely buy a palm plate and FR4 plate to play around with the aluminum and polycarbonate a little bit more. Okay? Yeah, DM me, Henza. Otherwise, I'll forget to. Alright. So far, so good. Again, like, I don't know if anybody remembers when I built the squid with the Zycos, but I deadass hurt my fingers building that board. I bled for that keyboard, literally. My fingers were fucking raw when it was done. And here we are now with the follow-up, and I'm not killing myself. I remember it was tough. It was tough. It was. That was not a fun day for anybody involved, really. Like if you were at home watching, you got to see a man suffer. Unless you're like a sadist, I don't think anybody's really into that. But today everything's going like pretty smooth. I'm not killing myself. I think why it was so hard was just because of Zycos. Because, like, right now, no difficulty whatsoever. Bing, bang, boom. Just the way I like it. My Chewy figurine fell. Not figurine, Lego figure. Lovely. I have a feeling this board is this is gonna sound so good. These switches and the polycarbonate on the brass. Like, everything about this is gonna sound amazing. I just have a feeling. Oh, hell yeah. This is going in so smooth. There is a God. Chewy, if you're still here, did the plate change at all? Like, did the tolerances change at all? Or is it just because these are not Zycos? Because this is a much easier time. I also like that you added in split spacebar for anybody who wanted that. That's a nice touch. I think for my forged carbon fiber, I got a fixed plate. Because there's only one way to build a Bacca and a squid, and that's the right way. And if you have to ask what the right way is, just look at the squid in front of you. Just look at that. Yeah, the right with full backspace. Nah. I'm not split backspace gang per se. I am a bit of a converter to it, though. Like, I do like it a lot, but like, I wouldn't say split backspace versus over everything, you know what I mean? I just think for certain boards, it's the proper thing to do. Like HHKB, for example. I think split backspace for HHKB is the best way to do it. If you do full backspace on HHKB, you're like a heathen. It just looks off to me. And this board too, for example. Split backspace just looks so good. It just works. Split backspace is best. Split bars is also best. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about split bars so much, but I agree on split backspace. For certain boards, I'll still do the full backspace. 65% or one that I'll do full backspace on. What happens if I want to be a heathen? I mean, nothing, Dutch, but, you know, you don't get invited to all the split backspace parties. Weird stuff happens. It's a fun time. Yo, this looks fucking good right now, though. How nice do these switches look on this brass plate? Split bars is super good for 40s because it get. Yes, I agree. No, that makes sense. My 7U bar is a bit hard to get used to. Yeah, I understand why, like, the 40s community uses split space bars so much. It makes perfect sense from that standpoint. But, like, I don't know, from like a regular daily standpoint, it doesn't make a lot of sense. My personal opinion. But 40s, yes. Dude, these switches go in like butter. I can see it as not super good for larger boards. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I've only used split base bar in Alice style because, well, that's the only way it goes. Okay, let's take a look for bent pins. I'm not seeing any, which is a great sign. Yeah, I say we are Gucci. I can see. Yeah, yeah, we're good to go. We're good. Love this new solder fan. I think it's one, a little bit bigger, and two, more functional. Yeah, we're just gonna keep that zoomed out. Oh, that's perfect. That way you can see everything. 1 mega HK gaming type curve bar would be interesting for Alice. Ooh, that would be cool. That would be cool. All this time I could have had this heated up and ready. There you go. I checked these already, but I'm gonna check one more time. Okay. I know the spacebar works. All right. Wait, this is blowing out. There we go. That's better. Anyone find soldering like oddly relaxing? Right? Like just like relaxing and like a little satisfying? Or is it just me? Am I the weird one? to tell you guys what I've been watching recently. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it. Probably. It's a pretty popular show, or at least it was a couple years back. Dexter. You guys ever seen Dexter? I've recently started rewatching the show, the original the original couple seasons. Shit. That's a pen I didn't notice. 1 second. Can't find my solder pump. There it is. Yeah, so I've recently started rewatching Dexter. Because, I don't know if you guys know, there's like a follow-up show. Like, you know, all these years later kind of thing. And it's set in, I think, like, upstate New York or something. Like, snowy area. But yeah. So, new show. Follow-up to the original. Out now. I think it's like 3 or 4 episodes in. I forgot to... I knew it was coming out, and I forgot to start binging the old seasons to get ready for it. So I'm doing it now to make up for lost time. And man, I forget how good the show was. You know, like it was good. You know, it was very suspenseful, which is obviously the point. But it like had some like good wholesome moments, and it had some good funny moments too. Not many, mind you, because like obviously it was a show about a fucking serial killer. But it still had a fair like good amounts of like funny wholesomeness, like, you know, even some romance, like everyday life stuff. Like it had some really great moments. It was just a very well written show. Now, some of the seasons were not great. You know, some of the seasons were very good. You know, the third season, not my favorite season. Was it bad? I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just not my favorite season. But, you know, that's just one. I'm on that season now, and I'm just like, meh. Like, I feel like it's one you could almost skip over. Because the only thing, like, nothing really big happens there. You know? Dexter and Rita's relationship gets bigger. But that's about it. The best season, besides the first season, is probably season 4. With the Trinity Killer. That one was so good. I think Skywalker Saga got delayed again, which is not fun. Skywalker Saga? Is that a video game? Like, what are you talking about, Jake? Is that another movie? Or is that a TV show? Oh, the Lego Star Wars game. Okay, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. That got delayed again? Really? That sucks. I actually love the Lego games. Like the Lego movie games. Like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Marvel, DC. I think they're so well done. Spring? When was it supposed to come out, Jake? I think some GMK sets will arrive before this game. I think it's the third. Wow, damn. I know there are plenty of GMK sets that'll probably be delayed, arrive before that is at this point. Like, GMK has the machines now to step up production. They don't have the resin, which is the problem. Because GMK, like, keycaps are not their main source of income. They don't care. They don't really care. Like, this is more of a side project than anything. So, for them, even though the resin storage for them as a company probably isn't hitting them that hard, it's hitting keycaps in particularly hard because GMK just doesn't fucking care. GMK is just like, oh, well, let's just pull from the keycap supply for our other things that make us more money. I think it was meant to be April and then December. Also, people keep adding to the queue. Yeah, that too. Like, it's a handful of things. It's just a bunch of stuff that's compounding on one another. And I understand, as both a designer and a vendor, like, not myself personally, but I understand from a designer and creator's perspective, wanting to not wait. Right? Wanting to keep their spot in the queue, to get their set into group buy, to get everything running. Like, I understand that, but I think, since we are a community, and since we do care about one another, we're very close-knit, I think if there's, like, a mutual agreement by vendors and creators to take, like, a 6-month break from running anything, we'll start to get the queue cleared out. You know what I mean? I don't think that's gonna happen. Realistically. Mainly because, not speaking as a set designer, but understanding from their perspective, they work very long and hard to get their sets ready for group buy, and to have a delay to clear out the queue is just probably something they may not be very interested in doing themselves, because they've worked so hard for this moment, and they don't really want to wait, which I get and I respect. Also, I have a GMK set, and it's not worth it to wait. Yeah, no. I mean, it depends on the set, but yes, to some extent, I agree. I take a toothbrush to this later and clean out some of this spatter. Also, drop with their in-stocks. Yeah, no, they're fucking up the queue big time. Like, I get it. People like GMK Laser. But can you stop making more sets for a little while, please? Because you're the reason why GMK's resources are being used up. Because they're making sets for you. You know? Sets that you don't, quite frankly, need. Everybody fucking has laser now. There was a time where everybody wanted laser, and you couldn't get fucking laser. Now everyone and their mother has laser. Let's move on. It's kind of cool to have GMK laser in stock, but it's not... Exactly. Bear, you don't have laser? Go buy laser. It's in stock on drop. But, like, anybody who wanted laser has had a chance to get it by now. You know what I'm saying? I don't, but I want it. Okay. But that's the thing. It's like anybody who's had the chance, if you've wanted laser, the opportunity's there. Which is cool, but at the same time, like, it's still screwing over other sets and other designers. I never bought it, lol, and I don't want it. And that's fair. Fair, that's fair. I have it, and now that I have it, I'm like, it's okay. You know, it's not my favorite set, that's for sure. It's not my least favorite set either. I need to offload something. Dude, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I would have to get 3 kits for like 150 bucks when I could get a DSS. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Bear, I'm in the same boat as you. I've been looking to offload. I think like Night Runner. I don't really want it anymore. And then like Infinity 808 Boom I don't really want anymore. I'm trying to offload that for a little while. Maybe Future Funk, I haven't decided yet. I also wasn't too much on DSA, DNN, DSA. But like that has better support for 40s users. But then I look at them and say, these are hard to find, I should keep them. No, I get that. My thing is, I have so many sets, I'm not using them all. Like, I'm just hoarding them at this point. Like, I got Future Funk, because I was like, oh man, I missed out on Future Funking. Like, once I saw it, I got FOMO real bad, and I bought it. And now I'm like, what the fuck am I going to use this with? I blame FOMO. I blame FOMO. It's got amazing support and is very funny. That's good. I got enough for a candy bar. I might get soon. Ooh, candy bar, cool. The candy bar interests me, but at the same time, like for me in daily keyboard use, I just need full punctuation right at hand. Like I understand, yes, there are layers, and I can get layers to make the punctuation. I get it. But it's just easier for me to have it at hand. Anyone want a real Force 87U? I have 2 now. Wait, really? It's got an ortho PCB with a 7U bar. Oh, that's cool. Bear, do you want to get together and raid Juby's house for his insane TGR collection? Like, do you just want to get together and plan a heist or something? You know, we can be like Ocean's 11 style. It'd be kind of cool. You can be Clooney. I was talking to him, fucking Juby. What were you talking to him about? How he gets insane luck grabbing these TJRs? Or how broke his ass is? Like a lot of them I can see finding kind of, like, if you try hard enough, you go in the right circles, finding them not being that big of a problem. But the fucking Gaff TJR 910, where the hell did you get that? That was a China-only group buy. There's like 20 of them. Good for him. He does, dude. He got a koala corn, the Gaff TJR, the he's got a police. He's got a Dolus coming. I know he's got that. Like, Jesus Christ. He's got a TGR TKL. I'm back. I heard TGR 910 and stabbed in. Yeah, Henze, we were talking about Juby. He's got a Gaff 910. I want to know where he got it. Because, like, those things are so incredibly hard to find. He's got some seriously good friends and good connections. What's crazy to me, too, is the koala corn. Because the koala corn was an Australian group buy I know Lulz got in on it, but I didn't realize anybody else from the States did. Because of the koala corn, there's like 25 of them. Or maybe it's 20. Either way, 20 or 25, man. I saw a streamer salivating. Dude, I was salivating. I want friends like that. I'll become Juby's best friend so he can introduce me to all these people. And then I can become their friends. And then I can get on these awesome boards. But yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how many, like, insanely hard to get, hard to find, incredibly expensive boards that he has been finding with no problem whatsoever. I got some 101 boards and 102s and 105s, really? Step 1, build connections. That is right, Hensit. But, like, Hensit, right? And Bear, everybody. So, like, the boards he's finding, most people will take months to find and be like, I'm done. This is it. This is my magnum opus. For him, it's just another fucking Tuesday. And I'm happy for him, because these boards are awesome. I'm also insanely jealous of him. Granted, they are plastic, but they are rare. Fair enough. I didn't even know FNF 910s were a thing. Yeah, they're super, super limited. The only one I really know a lot about, or, like, know of existence, really, is the GAF one. There aren't very many of them out there. Bear, if you're still here, we should do a unicorn, a buy. Unicorn commission. We can make bear corns. You know, you're a bear, I'm a bear, we both love bears. Bear corn. Yet another reason why I want to get a commission from a good vendor. Yeah, right? I haven't gotten a... Lol, you think I'm rich? I don't know, Bear. I don't know what you like. We can work it out. It'll be fine. Okay, this... As awesome as this solder holder is, like as convenient as this is, it's also a pain in the ass because it gets stuck a lot. Bear is a baller. I hope they got a payment plan. PayPal credit does. 6 months free. Interest-free financing on any purchase over $100. That's how I got 99% of my collection. Alright, let's take a looky look. The solder joints are oh wait, I missed one completely. Ow. Key unicorn would probably be 650, 700 in group buys. Really? It's not terrible. Alright. Back to checking everything out. Everything looks good. All my solder joints look good. I gotta work on my cones a little bit more, but otherwise we're good. It's been a while since I built a board, I admit. But many of my cones are still there. They're still present. I got a little bit more here. Real fast. Pro tip when it comes to soldering, it doesn't need to look pretty, but if you want to make it pretty, go ahead. Is it really more? than $700 or $800. Do you have a credit card collection? God, no, Henzit. I think I have like 6. I think. But here's the thing, right? All of them serve a specific purpose. Like, I don't use all of them for, like, everything. I have one credit card that's, like, my main credit card I use for a handful of things. Mostly vacations or, like, the larger items, obviously. PayPal credit I use mainly for the hobby because it's all interest-free over $100, which is 99% of our hobby. And then I have, like, I have an Amazon card that I use for Amazon, and I get a ton of points back on Amazon. And also Whole Foods. I've got a GameStop card that I use for video games. I have a Banana Republic card I use for clothes. Like, everything serves a purpose. And best thing is I don't use those cards for anything but their intended purpose. So I'm not using those cards very often. I just do it because they have great rewards points that come back to you. So when I do feel like I want to buy new clothes and I go to Banana, I get really great points back. That's why. It's all about playing the system. Once you know the system, you're good. Don't worry, you can just take out a mortgage on your home. I don't own a home, Andy. This isn't my home. The place in which I live is not my home. It is my home, but I don't own it. But I'm also like... So one thing I also do, and you can take this to the bank, or whatever, bank, you can just learn from this. Whenever you have a credit card, if you ever have a credit card, you make sure you're paying back that credit card every single month, more than the minimum payment. 1, it's how you beat out the interest. 2, it's how you build your credit even higher than it already is. Actually, I'm not going to put this away just yet in case I need to take it back out. All right? There are ways to cheat the system. The system was made to be cheated. We as normal average citizens can cheat it. It's just, you know, figuring it out. Major corporations cheat the fucking system every single day. I'm no financial genius. I just took a couple of classes and I've always been good with repayments. Been getting my dad into collecting them. They're good. So like 2 to 3 business classes. Oh yeah, exactly. Smart. Henzit, that's smart. I built up credit when I turned 18. I had to take out a student loan. No, wait. Was that when I was 18? No. I got my first credit card when I was 18. I had a laptop that died. Got blue screened of death because it was a shitty laptop that my parents bought me that I would have never purchased for myself. And it was bad. And I bought like firewall protection, I bought all the protection. None of it worked. Wound up crashing it, getting the blue screen, dying, had to buy a new laptop. My parents told me that buying a new laptop was my responsibility because they had already paid for one and I have to buy the new one. I was like, okay, fine. So I got a credit card to the Apple. I got an Apple credit card through their partner Barclay, which is now my everyday main card, to finance a MacBook because nobody else would approve me at that time except for Apple. And that's how I built up my credit. Interest-free financing for over a year on a $1,300 computer built up my credit very fast at a very young age. I had like an 800 credit score by the time I was 20. And following these methods, I've kept that credit score very high ever since. Basically, my whole family but my dad hates credit cards because they all got like over 10K in debt from them. I mean, yeah, dude, that will happen. It's very easy to happen that way. I'm not saying I'm not in debt. I am. But I also pay back my debt frequently and fast. Some of my cards I owe more money on than others because I use them for different things. Like vacations. Why you know? Oh, that's why. Come on, in you get. There we are. Oh. Definitely want to get into credit card collecting when I turn 18, but my overall is always painful. Don't collect. Get a couple to start. Get like one to start and seeing how you manage the one. That's my advice. Start with one, work your way up. Yes, this cover's a good start. Wait, I just remembered. Let me check the PCB first and make sure all the switches are working before I put the whole thing together. I dead ass did this with the squid when I built it. I forgot to check to make sure everything was working before putting it back together. I did that once. I'm not making make that mistake twice in my life. Hey, they all work. Is it just me? Oh, it's because of the light. Oh, wait, that's RGB. Exactly, it's RGB. They're just turned on red right now. I'm going to change it to a different color. Probably going to change it to green. Ooh. Okay. Take a look at it real quick. Ooh, she is pretty. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love it. All right, let's get the keycap set. Oh, whoo! I almost dropped the whole set onto the floor, you guys. Holy crap, I just had a small little panic attack, little freak out. Because if I had dropped that, I would have screamed. You would have heard a man just cuss. Trying to open it so I wouldn't tear up the whole thing, but that's fine. The one thing I don't like about the ramen trays the most is that it leaves like a residue. Ooh. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Oh boy, oh boy. This is gonna be good. No, that's not the right size. I was hoping to do all bottom row novelties, but I don't think they made them like that. Yeah. I will do the escape key in the steel color. I think that's cool. A little different, you know, a little special something. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they, Let me pull up the FR. Let me pull up the artisan, or excuse me, novelties for this. Crap. I haven't fixed this yet. Okay, hang on. Okay, there you go. I bare fingered that. It worked. Okay. Want to see the novelties. Okay, yeah. This. Where'd it go? This was the R3. Yeah, they only made the fans a 1.5. But I wanted to make that the FN key. I thought that was nice. And if I can get this out. I don't know. I like novelties. I know some people don't like novelties, but like to me, personally, why buy them if you're not going to use them? You know what I mean? I bought them. I got them for a decent price on the aftermarket, so I'm going to use them. I'm not going to flood it with novelties, but I'm going to use up some novelties. I'm going to, you know, I'm make it pop a little bit. Otherwise, it's just boring. My personal opinion. Actually, what? Alright, these are both controls. I thought so. And that's Alt. And that's Windows. Beautiful. Beautiful. Probably going to move some stuff around for that, but... Where the fuck? Wait, what? No, they're right there. They were there in front of me the whole time. I'm just dumb. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot the short backspace. Shit. I saw a hair, I blew it out of the way, and I made a mess. Just a short backspace. Oh, it's right there. These sound so good. God damn it. Oh. Oh, crap. I need something to replace this real fast. There you go. Okay, let's take a look at the final product. The Bacca60 Polycarb with GMK Terra, novelties and accent spacebars, and we even got the Terra collabed Kipora here on the delete key. What do you guys feel about the gray escape key? I kind of like it. I kind of think it adds like a little different of a dimension to it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think this is not the right row height. I think this is off a little bit. Yeah, it is. This is off. This is supposed to be a TOF key. Like, this is actually R3, not R4. So it's really for this height, but I like it more than using TOF's head. I could just use a, like the actual FN key, but I kind of like having this little key here. And it really doesn't bother me enough to change it. What do you guys think? She is gorgeous. I love the brass poking through on the wing keyless blockers and how it kind of matches the tan color a little bit. Like, it just accents it all really well, I think. What do you guys think? Take a look at the butt one more time. That beautiful black aluminum Bacca weight. She is gorgeous. Let's plug her in. Change up the RGB. Okay. Lighting. I'm gonna do solid color. Green. Ooh! Take a look at the back. My one thing, and I know because of the weight, that's like impossible, but I wish there was better diffusion up here for the RGB. Because it is polycarbonate like RGB, you know what I mean? I just wish it had a little bit better diffusion at the top. But I understand. Oh, wait. Maybe if I crank up the brightness? That really isn't doing anything, is it? Not really. I feel like the brightness gauge on B is not really pumping it up. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more LED diffusion at the top to really fill it out. But I think it still looks super, super nice. Really clean looking with GMK Terra on it. I think Terra was the move for this. I think this looks really good. Again, I wish the green was a little bit more diffused to give it a little bit more color. But I can't complain. I still think this looks super good. Let's do a typing test, shall we? Let me open up a monkey type. Ooh, they sound good too. All right. Pause the music real quick. I don't think it paused. Okay. Let's change up the theme too while we're at it. Let's do a little different, huh? Appearance. Theme. Here we are. Retro. Is there a Terra theme? There is. Boop. Oh, it is dark. It's dark, but I like it. Forgot to change it. Okay, let me change it up. You got some ideas? Okay. I forgot to change up the layout in VIA. So when I went to go make a backspace, it did a backslash instead. So make that backspace. And we make this, that. And this can still be the delete key. Okay. Lovely. Save. I thought I had a squid layout. I guess not. Yeah, load. Bacca. I'm weird. I'm sorry I'm weird, you guys. I'm sorry I'm freaking you out. Okay. Sad I missed the build, but glad I made the type test. Dude, it is sick. We're gonna do another one. Yeah. I forgot to say what this is, too. Okay, next test. So, this, I'm going to move the microphone over a little bit. Try to get this up a little bit higher if it'll stay. Okay, so this is the Bacca60 polycarbonate with brass plate. I have Anubis switches created by the team of Chewy and Osiris of Mechs on Deck with 69 gram nice symmetric springs, lubed with 105 on the springs and 3203 on the stems and housings. I have Duroc stabilizers with 205 on the housings and BDZ on the wire. Topped off with the beautiful GMK Terra. Yeah, I fucked up. Redo. Damn. This sounds really good. This sounds really good. Ooh, that space bar. Chewy, I don't know if you're still watching. I don't know. You might watch this later on your VOD. I want to tell you thank you. Thank you again for making such a wonderful board. I absolutely love how this turned out. I love how this looks with Terra on top. I love the sound of the Anubis switches in it. Like 10 out of 10 again, good sir. This will be on my desk for the foreseeable future because I fucking love it. I am so incredibly pleased with how this all came out. I'm speechless, you guys. Like, every time I build a Chewy board, every time I build one of his boards, I'm happy. I built a squid, I built a Bacca, and like I built the aluminum and the polycarbonate, and like I'm just satisfied, I think is the best way of putting it. Like I'm just satisfied and I'm happy. Yeah. Do you guys want to see the squid build in the Bacca and the Bacca build in the squid? So let me get my hunk out of here. My squid has Zycos in it, and this has the Anubis switches, right? So we can do a sound test real quick, and then I'm going to swap the builds out of each of these into each other. Okay. So first things first, we're going to do a comparison sound test of the two boards. So this Squid 60 aluminum Zyco switches. Okay. And I plugged the butts on the squid. I haven't done that to the polycarbonate yet. Now here's the polycarb with Anubis switches. Now, I don't know if it's just because it's aluminum versus polycarbonate, but the spacebar sounds so much softer here on the polycarbonate than it does here on the squid. Now, that could be because the Zyko is a higher sounding switch overall than the Anubis switch, but also the aluminum could have a play. So here again, the Anubis switches. And then here's the Zykos. So same plate material, both tactile switches, both designed by Chewy. Yeah, this is a lot softer than this is. The polycarbonate is really doing a lot to make this quieter, whereas the aluminum is really making this more high pitched. But I think it's only fair that we swap the builds. Squid sound is insane, dude, right? I think they both sound incredible, like amazing. But I would love to see, and I think it's only fair, that we swap the builds and see how they compare. Okay, so remember the sound. This is pretty loud. This is pretty soft in comparison. Okay, so let's swap them out real fast. Take 2 seconds. Oh, these are different screws. God damn it. God damn it, I just dropped that on the floor. I'm sorry, I yelled. I just want you guys to know it wasn't at you. It's not because of you. I love you. It's because I'm stupid and I drop shit all the time. That'll do. Okay. I don't know where the lid is to this. It fell somewhere. I'll find it later. All right. First, let's take this apart. Okay? It's not because of you. Daddy's not mad at you. Okay? Daddy's not mad at you. All right. So real quick, let's pop this off. Okay? Daddy loves you guys. He does. I didn't realize these were different screw types either until just this second. Okay, let's pop those out. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. No, I haven't. I love Halo. I've been a Halo fan since I was a wee lad, but I unfortunately have not had the chance of downloading the game as of yet. That is probably something I'm going to do right after stream and then play. Okay. I've been playing for the past couple days, and I'm really enjoying it. Oh, nice. I'm hearing great things about it. Okay. For reference, this is the inside of the squid. It's a little dirty. This is what the inside of the squid looks like. So, for the most part, the two boards are fairly identical. It's taking me back to the good old days. Oh, I bet. Okay, for the most part, fairly identical. Okay. There are certain changes, and we can even try that out too. So the aluminum top will fit on the polycarbonate bottom. We could give that a shot if we'd like as well. Opportunity there. But for now, I'm just going to do the full-on case swap. And then we can play around with the other option. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing great things, Froth, about it. Like, I'm hearing it's like Halo really returning to form. So I would like to play it. Okay, lovely. Definitely want to be careful with the polycarbonate. Okay. Okay. One, two, three, four, 2, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing a screw. That's because it's still in the board. I love that the multiplayer is free to play too. You should friend me in game. Oh, yes, please do. Yes, Froth. Shinber has been asking me to play too. I've been getting asked. I'm definitely going to be looking into it. Okay. So, yeah, like Chewy was saying earlier, so here's... Let me take off the microphone. Or not take it off, but move it away from me. Okay? So, something Chewy had mentioned earlier. If we look at the tops. So, you see on the polycarbonate... let me screw... Let me zoom in a little bit. So, on the polycarbonate, right here on the side here, there's a tab. There's no tab here on the aluminum. Okay? So, that is why the aluminum top will work with a polycarbonate bottom, like this. But the polycarbonate top will not work on the aluminum. So we could do this. This is kind of cool. I'm not going to do this right now, but it's an option. Now, for the case swap. Okay. Okay, boom. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Pop that in. I like the side tabs on the polycarbonate. It was a structural choice, I understand. But I like it. It keeps it a little bit more secure. Also, I love the look of Taro on the polycarbonate. I think that looks amazing. Okay. Taro is good, yeah, dude. I just picked up a Taro Daffy to pair with the inevitable PBT Taro. Ooh, nice, dude. Did you tell Scrooge about the Daffy? You know how he loves those ducks. Okay. I did not yet, waiting for it to show up. Good point. Fair enough. I just picked up, I haven't been on the aftermarket really a lot lately, but I did pick up a Katara Devourer. So, GMK Mizu is one of my favorite sets in existence. And the Katara Devourer is going to look very good with it, I think. Yo, I'm back. You did, Hensit. You missed it, but stick around. We're doing another one. Stick around. So I did a shell swap, basically. So this is the build from the polycarbonate, and this is my original squid build. I did a shell swap, and we're going to take a look at how they differ between the two. And then if you'd like, Henzit, I can do a sound test of the original build all over again. That is no problem whatsoever. Okay. That will pair nice. I think so too. I think so too. I was lucky. I kind of hunted for that cap, and I kind of didn't. Like I always said, if I ever saw it, I'd ask about how much for it. And if it was something really stupid and ridiculous, I wouldn't go for it. But to be honest, that price was about as the price I paid was like the same price I paid for my 2 other Devourers. So I was like, yeah, sure, done. Like for that one, absolutely. The only thing about the PCB from the squid, it is not backlit. There will be no RGB glow from this. Which actually isn't too bad, because it looks really good without it. But, you know. All right. Bing, bam, thank you, ma'am. So, let's do a sound test of comparing these two together now. So, for reference, in the polycarbonate is the Zycos build. In the aluminum squid is the Anubis build. Okay, so something I'm noticing immediately, the Zycos are definitely softer in the polycarbonate, but they're not so much softer that it's like insanely immediately noticeable. Like the spacebar for sure doesn't sound as loud. The new build spacebar sounds a lot better. I think that's the switch, Henzit, because like let me get my switch puller here. I lube my stabs the exact same way every single time. You know, within reason. Like, obviously, it's not going to be completely perfect. But they are lubed the same, and they are the same stabilizer. Maybe I'll throw in more BDZ. I'm not sure. But I agree with you. Is it just material? It is. It's material and switch difference, hence it. I did not feel like making more Zycos. I really didn't. I could buy more Anubis switches and do 2 and have them both be Anubis builds. That is something I could do, and that would be a fairer 1-to-1. Yeah, Zycos sound really nice, so it's not much about the aluminum or the polycarbonate after all. Yes. Because, like, the Zycos and the polycarbonate, at least the spacebar, does not sound as loud. And they still sound really good. Like, these Zycos still sound good. And then in the Anubis switches, in the aluminum, they still sound muted. They do still sound loud in a polycarbonate board. The Anubis switches sound a little bit louder in the aluminum, but it's not a huge difference. I still think the Anubis switches sound better in the polycarbonate than they do in the aluminum, and the Zycos sound better in the aluminum than polycarbonate. Personally, I still think the previous builds I had were the way. You agree? Okay, great. We're going to swap them back. Although, before we swap them back, I want to do aluminum top, polycarb bottom with both builds. Just to see what that's like. I want to buy more stabies, but $50 for stabs? They can kiss the hairiest, darkest part of my asshole. And Terra looked really good with polycarbonate. I agree. I mean, I still think polycarbonate looks really great with the, or excuse me, Terra looks really good with polycarbonate, but I really liked the green on the polycarb. And the purple with the gray looked really good. Either way, they're both fantastic builds. I'm really happy with them. I'm very excited now for the Bacca60. It's realistically a lot more of the same. It's just a bigger board, but I don't care. I'm always down for an FRO board, something bigger. And for the eventual Bacca40. I'm hoping that happens. I know it's going to be a small run. I really hope, Chewy, again, if you're watching this or if you're going to be watching this later, please, 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 would be down for that Bacca40. It will be the only 40 keyboard I probably ever own. So, you know, no pressure on including me or anything like that. But yeah, the polycarbonate, it came out so well. It's also like one of the cleanest polycarbs I've seen in terms of quality. Okay, it fell out, and I'm being, oh my god. All right, these go over. Yeah, lovely. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's switch around. I just think I found the best mainstream vendor that sells Crytox for a good price. Who? Hens it? Who? Genuinely curious. Oh god, this after picking up the polycarb and then picking up the squid, it's like putting on 20 pounds of weight again or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know when you like, if you guys have ever worn a weighted vest, have you ever worn a weighted vest? It's like that. Heebie-Keebies? First of all, I love the fucking name. I've never heard of Heebie-Keebies, but I love the name. It's adorable. You bought switches and stabs for them for under retail? Are they US based, Hensit? And what switches do they have? Let's take a look at the products. Switches. Quad H1s, J-Wicks, Everglade Aqua Kings, J-Wick Blacks at $220 a switch. Okay, so a little bit cheaper. Oh, they got Duroc Palms for 50 cents off. I like that. I am thinking about making, they're located in LA. Nice. I'm thinking about making some black cherry pies for a future build. Don't know what build that'll be in yet, but a future one. Just because freaking Juby and Diz are like all about them black cherry pies, and they keep telling me about the black cherry pies, and I'm like, fuck, now I'm gonna build black cherry pies. I legitimately do not need more switches. I just got 200 switches in the mail the other day. Okay? And they're both linear switches. I'm getting the Tiger switches from Keybland. In probably a few weeks. I know those are starting to make their rounds into people's hands. I don't know if Keybland themselves have started shipping out. I just know that the switches have started moving and people are starting to receive them. I could never make black cherry pies, cost so much and take so long to make. Yeah, it's not the time it takes to make them, it's the price. Like, I legitimately do not need more switches. I don't. But fucking Chewy and Diz are like, dude, you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Okay. Doesn't really change the sound much. I'm not screwing this in. I don't feel like doing this, but like if I'm putting pressure down to simulate it's being screwed in, not a huge change in sound, to be honest. I do want to try milky creams in full milk. What's a milky cream? I don't keep up with many linear switches. Cream stem, Gateron, milky housing. Oh, that's interesting. I would actually like to try cream Paccas. Yeah, not a huge change. I know the switch that came out with the Tiger switches that I have coming, the Turtle switch, they were said to be similar to a cream Pacca. So, kind of want to just pick those up and call it a day. That way I don't have to take apart my my alpacas, and I don't have to buy creams. You know what I mean? Win-win. Like, they said it was similar to a cream Pacca, so rather just do that, rather just buy a set of those than buy creams and then take apart the creams and then take apart my alpacas. Especially because my alpacas are in a board, so that would also require me to take apart said board, and I don't want to do that. And it's not that I'm lazy, I just don't want to put in more work than necessary. I think that's dumb. You love cream Paccas, Chaser? See, I hear great things about cream Paccas. Like, anything with the cream stem, I hear good things of. Like creamsicles, I've heard a lot of people like creamsicles. I know some people that don't. I know Dutch did not like his creamsicles in his 7V. But I know a lot of people that love their creamsicles. It's all preference. It's all preference. You know, end of the day. But, like, if there's a switch out there that's supposed to be like a cream Pacca, I'll just buy that. Like, these Anubis switches are like Zycos. Now, in terms of tactility, I would say yes. I would say the Zycos are still more of a tactile switch than the Anubis switches. Like, the Zycos just have that little bit more bite to them. You know, a little bit more tactility to them than the Anubis switches. But the Anubis switches are pretty goddamn close. The Tiger switches I have coming in are supposedly like a Zyco. Supposedly. You know, I'm interested in trying. Many switches have come to try to be like Zycos, and very few have succeeded to be like Zycos. Respectfully, I hate creamsicles, and that's fair. And that is, ends it. That is your opinion, your perspective, your point of view, and I respect it. I've never tried them. Can you believe this, guys? I've never tried creams. Not once in my life have I used novelty creams. Linears. I bought the cream tactiles. I've never, ever in my life, in the 2 years I've been in this hobby, used a cream, a linear cream. Not once. I've purchased blueberries. And now I have the new tactile creams, but I have yet to ever use a cream linear in one of my builds. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask, is there any way I can buy a little amount of solder wire from you with the fan? Yeah, sure. I'll cut up some. That's fine. I have plenty. You don't even need to pay me for it. I will just send it to you. Hence it. Just, again, shipping. I don't care. Like, I have more solder, like, wire than I know what to do with right now. Because all of my boards are not here yet. This is the first... You know what's crazy? Like, you know what's really legitimately nuts? this board, I gotta look back on when I bought this board. Actually, we'll look at that right after this. I want to look back at when I bought this board versus when I bought other boards and see how fast this came compared to the other ones. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that right. Yeah. Because the Vega is the first one that comes to mind of boards that I purchased before this board that have yet to come in. The Vega's on a year now. Now, I understand the Vega is also a different situation, respectfully. It was a larger group buy. More people bought it. I get that. I get that. Still. I'm still annoyed. Okay. Okay. Put this over here. Okay, where's my... Alright, Henzit. You missed the sound test of the original build. So I'm going to give you a sound test of the original build real quick. Henzit, this is for you. There you go. I'm getting a USB device not recognized error. That's fun. Love the green RGB. Me too. I think it just adds that little bit. Okay. Let me pull open my keyboard spreadsheet. I'm curious what other boards I bought before this, if any. I think there's probably like 3. So, Bacca polycarbonate. So I got that. I bought this in April. Okay. So I brought the Thermal Plus around the same time in April. Yet to receive that board. No idea when that's coming. Okay. It sounds pretty good. Thank you. I think it came out really well. I really enjoyed this. What else? Oh, and the Vega. It was the Vega and the Thermal Plus I've yet to receive. That I bought either around the same... Like, I bought the Thermal Plus around the same time. Vega I bought 6 months ahead of time. Crazy, right? But the turnaround for this was 6-7 months turnaround time. That's actually really good. And it, and the polycarbonate is perfect. I can't find a blemish to be found on the polycarbonate, on the weight, anywhere. It is perfect. It's a really good turnaround time. What other boards did I buy? I bought the Tomo a month later in May. Don't know when that's coming. Yeah. Crazy, you guys. It's crazy. All right, who are we going to raid? Who we gonna raid? I want to raid someone a little bit on the smaller side. We could raid Voodoo. He's only got 11 people right now. He's unboxing a bunch of stuff and maybe games. I think we'll raid Voodoo. I'm just gonna unplug 1 or 2 things real quick before I do that, so I can turn my speakers on because I ran out of room. You guys, I ran out of room. On my power strip. I hope you like my side profile. Let me go down a second. Down. Okay, so we're gonna go raid Voodoo. Okay, I think I found it. I found the little piece to my parts. Okay, so let's go raid Voodoo Bear. He's unboxing a bunch of stuff right now. Okay, hey everyone, I love you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for stopping to the stream. The board turned out beautifully. I'm going to gently caress it like it's my baby for the next couple hours. Yeah, no stream next week. It is Thanksgiving. I will, you know, obviously Thursday's Thanksgiving, and I normally stream on Thursdays. Today's with the exception. I won't be streaming Friday. If I do stream Friday, it will probably be video games or something like that, like nothing keyboard related, or if anything, I've yet to be determined. But if you do celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Spend time with your families, spend time with your friends, spend time with your loved ones. Have a great week. Everyone be safe. If you are going out and drinking and having fun with family and friends, please be safe driving. Please be safe doing everything that you're doing. I wish you all a great, wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you very soon in 2 weeks' time. I don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll be live and we'll be hanging out. All right, guys. Love you. Talk later.